Hey guys, back with another video in the Super Soldier series. Today we have Luke Cage against Deathstroke. This is a battle I saw like a few years ago when somebody was doing polls. It was like a four-way, I don't remember, but it had Luke Cage against Deathstroke. And I wanted to just cover it today because I'm sure this is not a battle a lot of people, you know, have thought of. Some people may think it's unfair. Maybe the outcome will surprise you. But, I've done Deathstroke before, so y'all know his profile. So let's get right into, Luke Cage's profile and what he can do. I'm sure y'all seen the Netflix show, but I'm just gonna give a quick rehash of what he can do. So Luke Cage's abilities, he has super strength. And if you're going by the Netflix show, he's probably around like 5 tons in super strength. But we're gonna give him the comic book version, which would put him at around 25 tons. So that's a big, gap. Gives him, a lot more power. Um, Then you have his bulletproof skin. They compare it to having titanium steel. So basically, he got titanium steel, bulletproof. Basically, hard to like damage him and things like that. And then you have, if he does get injured in a fight, if somebody is strong enough or they have alien weaponry, he can heal, but it's not Wolverine quick, but it's accelerated healing. So he can heal in like the third of a time that it needs to. Obviously, in the show, they showcased that anytime he was injured, he was good in like a couple days. So he got accelerated healing faster. It's not regenerative, but he healed pretty fast. And yeah, that's basically, everything that he's got. And, with Deathstroke, he has, he's like a super soldier. He's enhanced, but he's not like super strength. I think this, correlates with Luke Cage having super strength. So, in my opinion, who do I think wins? Well, considering the fact that, Luke Cage has a huge strength advantage, I still unfortunately have to give the win to Deathstroke. Some of y'all might be surprised by that outcome. Y'all might be thinking, well, Luke Cage is way stronger than Deathstroke. Way stronger by like a mile, right? And that's true. Luke Cage's strength is at 25 tons, and Deathstroke's probably capped at 5. I wouldn't put it higher than 6. But unfortunately, strength isn't everything in a battle. Deathstroke would be a much better fighter than Luke Cage. He'd be faster than Luke Cage. He's one of the best battle tacticians in all of DC. They think he's a better strategist than Batman, but it's got to be close. Even if you think Batman's a better strategist, and then he has enough weaponry to hurt Luke Cage. Like Deathstroke strength enough, would that injure Luke Cage? Yeah, I don't know if it would be enough to kill him, but he does have enough weaponry to kill Luke Cage, from an energy lance to bullets that can affect Aquaman. You gotta remember, this is a guy who can take punches from Aquaman, whose strength is around 50 tons. So, and Wonder Woman as well. So it would be a tough battle for Deathstroke, but he would find a way to get through his skin. Even if he couldn't, I'm sure Deathstroke could like find other ways to kill him. This man's the greatest assassin in DC. Y'all might be saying that if you've never read a Deathstroke comic or have seen him outside of Arrow, because a lot of media have not portrayed him properly or really well. This is a guy that was able to go toe to toe with the Teen Titans solo. He beat all of them, and they have Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Nightwing. He was able to beat 5 teen heroes solo. So he's a pretty formidable foe for Luke Cage. I think he'd be too much. Luke Cage is a capable fighter, but this man's a master. This man, he's an assassin. He's built to kill. This would be too much of a task for Luke Cage. But it would be a good battle. He'd have his struggles, but I don't see Luke winning this. Strength alone, his strength is not enough for me to see that. Had he had the strength of the Thing, maybe like if it was in the 50 tons, but 25, I think his armor can withstand enough of that damage. So that's my opinion. That's who I think will come out on top. Let me know what y'all think. If you disagree or anything, appreciate y'all for watching. Catch you later.